Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's Movie Blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. How is everyone doing this evening? Yes indeed, this is indeed a real stream. So sorry, I have not live streamed from my laptop in a very long time, so it was still attached to the Welcome to Asgard channel. So that's actually where my bots are connected to. So there's going to be no bots tonight, no Heimdall, no cookies unfortunately because of that. But yes, I'm still in Chicago. I'm in my hotel room. Just got back about maybe 30 minutes ago from Celebration and wanted just to have a live stream, take a few questions, talk about a couple of things. Also, guys, just so you know, because of the fact that I'm on my laptop, it is now back to the regular at Odin's Movie Blog. If you want to reach out to me, I'm going to try and see as much of the chat as I possibly can. And yeah, I'm definitely tired. It's so crazy. The whole experience has been so much fun. It's been busy, everything else. Please let me know if the audio is okay. I am using a portable microphone, so that way I could have done videos and also the chance of doing a live stream today, which thank God I was able to actually have time to do a live stream, so hopefully everything is coming through okay for you. I am connected to the Wi-Fi here at the hotel as well, so I think I got the settings just right, but please just let me know. Viper Chief says, I've been drinking too much on the floor. Heck no. No. Just Gatorade and water for me. No drinking for me. Some of the other people, not so much. Not so much for them. Blake says, can you please give me a breakdown of the Rebels panel? It's really hard to. It really was just about remembering the show. I mean, obviously, you had a few people there for the voiceovers. I have the entire panel available on this channel, so it's actually still up. Interestingly enough, it wasn't demonetized. It was now split monetization because obviously there is some copyrighted material in there. So the whole stream is still available. It's only about an hour or so. I would recommend checking it out because Dave Filoni is awesome. He really does give a lot of really great points. He shows why he's the one that really should be in charge of everything going on at Lucasfilm right now. But also just to hear from the other voice actors too, it's pretty cool as well. So what's going on, peeps? How is everyone doing today? G-Monkey, hello, Odin, great meeting you the other night. Yes, G-Monkey, so great to meet you in person, man. Thank you again for coming out. Hopefully everything went well for you. Hope you had fun. And yes, thank you very much. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. Got a very early flight, 8 a.m. And so, so tonight was my last night. So I was really glad they were able to go until basically close. We were able to go until everyone was essentially leaving. And so it was great to kind of be there the entire day, pretty much, because we got there right at around 11 when the first panel was going on. Obviously, we missed the first one. But everything else was great. It really was so much fun. Like, it's one of those things, too, where, obviously we talk about things on YouTube, we talk about news articles, but to go there and to see fans and to see what everyone's wearing, to see what people are interested in. Some of the highlights were people were interested in The Mandalorian, people were interested in Clone Wars, in Rebels, in, like, OG, like, original Star Wars, and it really wasn't a whole lot of love for the original stuff. Obviously, the Star Wars 9 panel, there were a lot of people in there, and they were very excited, but for the most part, most people were excited about just kind of old school Star Wars. And it was really interesting to see all of those things happen. Let's see. Gannison says, how is everyone? Anna, Jesse, and Jeremy. Anna and Jesse, they've been kind of doing their own thing. It's kind of been one of those things where I was kind of thinking that we were going to be around each other more of the time. But in the end, it ended up being me and Jeremy mostly, kind of just covering things. Because everyone kind of, I think, came here with their own agendas. And I don't think we all really understood what the agendas were or what we were trying to do. For me, I was going to try and keep on doing, I was my job, or at least what I was coming to do, was to cover Star Wars Celebration, to help Jeremy out whenever I could, because with my mindset, it was, Jeremy basically was the one that, helped me out. He's the one that got the 5-day pass for me. He and his wife are the ones that set me up here. And so I owe them so much. And so for me, it was just like, no, I'm going to focus on, helping him out with the live streams, with any covers that he needed, holding things, things like that. And of course, also filming. I have a lot, guys. I have so much stuff filmed for the channel. So I have some vlog stuff that I'm going to try and put together. My first day on the floor, I did a lot of 4K coverage, and my laptop just cannot handle it. Just can't do it. And so today I did a lot of 1080p stuff. So that's kind of all the videos you saw from, on Twitter and, things like that today. Those were all from, the 1080p footage. So when I get home and I get back to my big rig, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do some 4K cuts, some 4K footage, and also, of course, cut the other stuff as well. And I already have the interviews that Ahmad Best did on the main floor, and also the one that Dave Filoni did on the main floor. Those are all on the Welcome to Asgard channel. Ahmed Best is about 11 minutes, and Dave Filoni's is about 8 minutes, so they're pretty good. It's really cool to hear from people that really know what they're talking about, who've gone through various experiences, who have honestly have a certain perspective on things to be able to talk about it. So that's a good question, though. I hope Luke is alive now. Yes, Lily patted me as well. John Early, is Rise of Skywalker a lame title? You see, basically, yes, because at the end of the day, it makes you ask the question, okay, so is this going to be the rise of just the Skywalkers as a family? Is this going to be, obviously people who know anything about the extended universe and know anything about the newer Thrawn trilogy? So shout out to Laura Rhinestole, my fanfiction story, who's a mod here, Patreon, and also just, an amazing person. I was so glad I was able to stream the Rebels panel because she's the one that got me into Rebels, and so I'm glad that she was able to see that, and it was just great hearing her responses and listening to her in the chat. But when it comes down to that, I really do think, when it comes to the title overall, that it's connected very much to what Timothy Zahn's doing currently in his own current Thrawn trilogy, where apparently he, Thrawn, would call Force users Skywalkers. And so it's supposed to be kind of a connection thing there. So, again, it is and it isn't, pretty much. Let's see. Demongenai says, I was hoping y'all were hanging out after. I would have tried to sneak in. Demongenai said, yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're going to try and hang out or not. I think I just got a text. I think Anna's about to go live on her channel. But I want to do a live stream here, and then I'm going to be, kind of finishing things up. So let me just go ahead and take care of that. Streaming myself, and then going to bed. So I think that Anna's probably going to be going live in a little bit for those that want to watch that with Jesse Milestone. Let's see. But yeah, I'm Demongenai. I mean, I don't know what Jeff's doing. I would say, and this is obviously there's a lot of things that can be said, and I don't really think now, and this is the place to really talk about it, but I really do think that a lot of us kind of all came here with different ideas of what we were going to be doing, and I don't think any of us or most of us were on the same page with that, and so I think that it ended up leading to a lot of things that I didn't think. I mean, honestly, from what I thought we were all going to be in the same hotel. I thought we were all going to be on the floor at the same time, going to the same panels, talking about the same things. And then it ended up being every person having a different agenda, every person having something else they wanted to do instead. And, obviously, everyone has a right to do whatever it is that they want to do. But it wasn't kind of what I was expecting overall, I would say. Super Anime Gamer, what's going on? Says, surprisingly, audio visuals are great. Hello, how are you doing? I can't stick around, but I just wanted to say hi and drop a like. Well, super, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. And so I'm using my regular webcam. So I'm still using the webcam that I use even at home. And I try to get as much light in here as possible. But again, in hotels, there's only so much light you can really get. And I'm using the new, it's called a Samsung Go mic. And I was also going to use it to record the podcast. But of course, schedules went crazy, so I wasn't able to actually record the podcast. But I'm glad I have it because it's really small, and I think it picks up from pretty decent audio quality, much better than a webcam or a computer audio quality, and it is capable of doing podcasts as well. So I'm very glad that I have it because it was very cheap, and overall I think it's going to serve me well, especially if I do more traveling, and I would love to be able to do more stuff. Like, seriously, I think that one of my biggest takeaways from everything today was how much I was having fun just doing it. I mean, obviously I was, struggling with social anxiety, and I was, struggling to, keep it together at times, especially on day one. But over time, it was just really cool to see everything, to talk to a bunch of people, to get different perspectives and everything like that. And so overall, I liked it. Maverick the Cruel says, were you there when Jeremy met Brian Young and put the smack down on him? Unfortunately, I wasn't. Like, literally, Jeremy ran into me. So we were going to meet for lunch. And all of a sudden, like, I run into him, and he says, dude, you just missed it. And so he had been in another part of the building and apparently had seen Brian Young there. So I did not see it myself, and he is kicking himself so hard because he thought he had his camera. He thought he had his phone at the right angle to catch his face and his expression and everything. And then when we look back at the footage, it was too late. And so, unfortunately, he didn't get, the full face to show as Brian Young. But, I know Jeremy, he's not just going to, like, make things up like that. And obviously the guy responded to Brian as his name, shook his hand and everything. So, a random person wouldn't do that. So I think that it's still hilarious nonetheless that he was actually able to get that. Going on. Viber Chief says, sorry I couldn't spend too much time on lightsabers this year. Sorry I couldn't go spend too much time. Okay, Viber Chief, no problem at all, man. Hey, dude, lightsabers are awesome. So I say, you keep doing you, man. Matthew Matheson says, did you ever get a picture with Alan Tudyk? I did not get, so unfortunately, guys, I did not get a picture with him. There is video of him, so I was able to take some video of him signing various things. I got a picture of him signing, but, there are certain rules when it comes to autographs. I'm sure I could have, like, pleaded with him, but at the end of the day, there were so many people there, and he turned out to be a really cool dude. We ended up talking about our dogs because he also has rescues. He also has mutts like I do, because I told him that both my dogs are named after characters from Firefly, and he liked that a lot. And so I do indeed have a picture Of course, it's K2SO because it is a Star Wars convention. But anyway, it's signed, and it's signed to both me, my wife, and my 2 dogs, River and Willow. And I was really glad he actually used a perfect quote from Rogue One from K2SO where it says, "Congratulations, you're being rescued." And I just thought it was perfect, just with everything that we had talked about. And then he signed it and put K2SO. So it was really cool. He was a really awesome dude. So that, to me, was one of the highlights because I got to shake his hand. I just got to talk to him. Very chill dude. So if you ever go to a Comic-Con, check out Alan Tudyk. He's awesome. Very upset because I just found out as I was leaving that there's an Alan Tudyk panel tomorrow. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be there. But I told Jeremy that it doesn't look like it's going to get a main coverage. And so if Jeremy goes to that specific stream, what I think is going to happen is I think that he's going to go and live stream that. So check out the Geeks and Gamers channel because I'm pretty sure he's going to be live streaming that. Dude, Alan Tudyk is freaking awesome, man. I love it. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let us see. Are these the right notifications? Hope everything is coming through okay. And I hope I'm not live on my other channel because that wouldn't be good. Oh, man. Alright, sorry. I'm not used to using my laptop. Viber Chief, okay, got that one. Where are we at? Viber Chief says everyone has their own cliques. Yeah, pretty much. And I was kind of thinking that we'd all kind of be there together. And I was, yeah, it is what it is. Many more things could be said. Bam says, Odin. Damn right. Drunk 3PO. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Gabriel Alejandro Pandiela Rodriguez, thank you, sir, says, "Hi, Odin. I'm calling it Episode 9, Will It Be Terrible? Rehash of Return of the Jedi and disgracing Palpatine in the process. Also, 1, The Rise of Soy Walker, and 2, The Rise of Mary Sue. Pick your poison." Gabriel, those are great names. I would say my number 1 pick for it all is definitely The Rise of the Retcon. Like, seriously, the perfect title for this film, The Rise of the Retcon, because what was The Last Jedi? A giant retcon. What was even Episode 7, The Force Awakens? A giant retcon. 9 is going to be a retcon of a retcon of a retcon. No question about it. Gannison says, "I think the title is like a clickbait." Wait, this title? Is it really? I mean, I thought it was just, it was. I think it's honest, saying what it is. Niglando says, "Been great seeing you with all the Phantom Menacers. Hope you've been enjoying it." I have been. Seriously, it has been a lot of fun. Mr. says, "Do you think the movie..." Okay. All right, Gannison, I got what you're saying now because of what Mr. says. "Do you think the movie title is clickbait?" Yes. I think the fact that they put the name and the title Skywalker in there, no question, no doubt in my mind, is total clickbait. No question in my mind is total clickbait. And I'm sorry, guys, because I thought I got everything figured out here. But apparently I don't. Let's see if... I don't want to cancel the stream, but I do need to... Let's see. All right, I'm about to log out, guys. And if it closes the stream, I'm sorry. Okay, I don't think it did. All right, cool. Awesome. All right. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Let's see, where is it? Oop. There we go. Let's get that going. Allow. All right. Continue. Oop. Can you still see me? Not set for live streaming. This isn't good. Oh, man. Darkness. Can you still hear me, though? Can you still hear me? Not see. I can't see you. Okay. Can hear. Okay. Gotcha. I can fix that. Alrighty, let's just go ahead and add this in. Sorry about that, guys. Everything I thought was set up correctly, but unfortunately it's not. Add new source. Done. There we go. Transform. Fit screen. It's like, hell, we'll do it live. We shall do it live. We shall do it live indeedy. Okay. Let's see. Video. I can't change that? What? Alright, well, unfortunately I'm going to be boxed for a little bit, guys, so sorry about that. Alright, let's just make sure we got the... Where is it? Alert box. Definitely want the alert box in there. Add new source. And let's add that too. Test widgets. What? Oh man, this is not what I wanted, guys. This is a giant mess. This is a giant mess. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. How do I turn off the sound? Because I do not want that sound playing every single time. Because that's going to get really annoying. That's going to get really annoying. All right, sorry. All right, anyway, let me see if I can go back to the chat. All right, am I back? Is everything okay? Is everyone still alive? Is everyone still alive? Is everyone still alive? I don't like that sound either. I don't like that sound either. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay. All right, everyone's okay. I think everyone's okay. So sorry about that, guys. All right, so anyway, yes, but anyway, getting back to the title, yes, having Skywalker in the title makes it total and utter clickbait. You know, utter and total clickbait. No question in my mind, no question at all. Bam, what's going on, man? Stephanie Janizek, what's going on? Says family, Skywalker family. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming that's going to be the case. I'm assuming that's what's going to be going on. Nicola says, been great seeing you with all the fan ministers. Okay, got that one. Darth Bobcat says, do you feel more or less hopeful after this? I would say more hopeful. I definitely feel more hopeful, I would say. Also, I think you're about to hear a sound, and I'm sorry because I don't know how to turn that off. Hopefully I can I silence it? Doesn't look like I can. But if it does happen, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But anyway, Reed Palancia, thank you very much for the $5 donation. Says, hope crowds were not too bad for you. Great to see the whole group themselves. Mostly, always great to see a video. Oh, thank you very much, Reed. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it was great for us when we were all together. It was a lot of fun. It was really great meeting them. All of them are really cool people in real life, so that was really nice to see. And yeah, after the first day was the worst. I mean, the first day I was there and I didn't know anybody. You know, randomly ran into Jeff, lost Jeff. I was by myself for 2 hours and I was just like, I'm in a place and I don't know where it is. I don't know what's going on and I'm alone and I'm freaking out. But then eventually Jeremy came over and it got better. So it was definitely better. But yeah, sorry, but someone had mentioned, you know, hopeful. I think that the level of hope for me is mostly that I'm more excited to see what happens with The Mandalorian, what happens with Clone Wars, because I think those two things look actually really good. Dave Filoni is attached to Mandalorian. You know, Stephanie was the one actually. Stephanie Janizek was the one that told me that he actually directed a couple episodes. So I'm actually very excited to see what happens with that show, and also, of course, with Clone Wars, because I would love to see how Clone Wars ends. And Dave Filoni, if you watched his interviews today, the live stream that I did earlier for the Rebels panel, the guy knows his stuff. The guy loves Star Wars. He knows what he's talking about. He is someone who should, at this point in time, be the person running everything. And unfortunately, he's not. But Reed, thank you so much for that. Let's see. Damajanai says, I'm leaving at 12 tomorrow. Was just trying to catch everyone before I leave. Yeah, Damajanai, yeah, I'm done after. So yeah, so I'm done right now because I'm going to only be streaming for a little bit longer. And then I'm leaving very, very early in the morning. So yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I'm glad I got to meet you last night, though. Seriously, you're awesome. And yeah, I mean, I wish that things would have been a lot better. I know that everyone else, I think, for the most part, is staying. So you might be able to contact them. You might be able to, I know that Anna, again, I think she should be live streaming pretty soon. So you should be able to contact them pretty quickly. Random Redeem says, did you guys anything from Celebrate? Did I get anything other than, so I got, so for one thing, we had the fan meetup. So I got a High Council signed by everybody. And then the only other thing that I bought was so I got an autograph from Alan Tudyk. Because, I mean, obviously there were people there who would have been nice to meet. But when you're paying like that much money, which is ridiculous in the first place, it's just nonsense. So kind of just if you weren't following me on Twitter today, so I originally had signed up for a photo op with Alan Tudyk because Alan Tudyk is honestly one of my favorite actors. Seriously, Firefly is one of my favorite shows of all time, and I love him in that. I love him in everything he does. He's just great. And overall, he was one of my favorite parts of Rogue One too, as K2SO. and I was so excited. And all of a sudden, I was in the Rebels panel, and the Rebels panel was being live. I mean, no one else was live streaming it, and so all of a sudden, I had like 400 people watching that live stream, and everyone was saying thank you, and I was like, oh, I can't leave the live stream because originally I was going to leave the panel early to go make sure I was there in time, and I was like, I can't. Like, just part of me was like, no, people want this. People are liking the fact that it's being streamed. And I know there's a bunch of people in there too that honestly were just using me to get information, because I had a couple people that said, stop talking, shut up and just let us watch. And I'm like, dude, I don't have to be doing this for you. Like, because the whole time, like, seriously, no lie, the whole time I was like this. Like, I was like, I had to reposition constantly because it was just, it was just absolutely crazy. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But overall, that's the only other thing that I got though. The Mahjai says, yeah, I think we need a next one. We need to plan just plan out just a little bit more. You see, here's the thing: is that we had a plan, like we had a general plan, but then a bunch of people decided to make their own plan in isolation of everyone else, because the original plan was we're all going to Celebration together, and we're all going to have we're all going to hang out together, the whole time. With Celebration being kind of the focal point. And what it became was a bunch of people just not being at Celebration, doing their own thing. And again, that's fine for people to do their own thing, but it was just never really communicated that was the reason why we were going in the first place. And so I think that definitely, caused a little bit of some issues as far as communication are concerned, I would say. Gannis says, what's your take on episode 9? Did you hear Bob Iger might be stepping down? Did not hear about Bob Iger might be stepping down, but it makes sense to me. I mean, I think that he'll probably be on for a little bit longer. I mean, keep in mind, the streaming service was his baby, and he's going to be on at least for the next year or two, because he is going to be there for launch. He is going to be there for the first year. And if he decides to step down after that, he might. I mean, honestly, who knows at this point. But I do think at the end of the day that when you look to all these things and when you see all these things that overall he is someone who is a little bit full of himself. Blake Hemlow says, it's hard to hear you, though the volume on my phone is on max. So sorry to hear that. Again, there's really not much I can do at this point because I'm not going to speak any louder. I could turn up the gain on the microphone a little bit, but everyone else was saying that it sounded okay. So and if I start hearing other people saying it's not okay, then I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to turn up the gain that much more, because if I turn up the gain, then the environmental noise gets louder, and yeah, you might be able to hear me more, but I'm not at home, so I can't scream like I normally do. Taylor Potter says, hello there. Hail Odin and his great beard. Taylor Potter, thank you very much. Good stuff. Thank you. Viper Chief says, Palpatine confirmed for Star Wars Episode 9. Yeah, seriously, the laugh at the very end, I'm very torn on it, because there were two parts of the Episode 9 trailer that I loved. Seeing Billy D. Williams back in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon was awesome. That was great. Hearing Palpatine's laugh in isolation was great. However, even with Billy D. Williams, that was, in essence, obviously we already knew that was going to happen. But with Palpatine's laugh, that creates so many canonical problems and questions, because if he's somehow still alive or connected to all of this, I don't know. And now, of course, all the speculation indeed begins. Klein Dropper says, it was great to see all my favorite YouTubers together this weekend, representing at Celebration. In 2 years, we'll only be that much more organized. Yeah, Klein Dropper, seriously. And to be honest, I hope that in 2 years, we are in a better state. I hope that in 2 years, we've got an amazing end to Clone Wars, that we've got a solid series in The Mandalorian, and that we've got new leadership at the top. Now, obviously, I know that Kathleen Kennedy is going to be on for another at least 3 years because of her contract, but we actually ran into somebody. Me and Jeff actually ran into somebody when we were on the floor that first day that I got there, who claims, obviously he claims, so take this all with a grain of salt, but he claims to have had access to certain things, to certain people, was on sets of certain projects, had friends that were on sets of certain projects, and basically said that Kathleen Kennedy is going to be worked out over the next few years, and that by 2022 she'll be gone. Now, whether that's true, who knows at this point, but it's going to be interesting to see how that happens. 8-Bit Snake Boy says, the name of Episode 9 is stupid as hell. The trailer looks like more of the same garbage as before. I'm not giving Lucasfilm or Disney another penny. Glad you're having fun. Thanks, 8-Bit. Yeah, I appreciate that. And I still feel the same way about Episode 9. Like, I'm still planning on paying for Cats the Musical and going to see Episode 9 instead, allegedly. Always allegedly, of course. But it does, I think that the other things more so. Mandalorian gives me hope. I am very excited to see what happens at the panel tomorrow. I'm definitely going to try and watch that if I can, because Mandalorian actually looks like it'll be pretty good. Not Kevin Feige. I always get, for some reason, I always forget his name. Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau does great work, and knowing that Taika Waititi is involved and going to be directing an episode, that Dave Filoni is involved directing an episode. Yeah, there's a couple other people who, Bryce Dallas Howard, who doesn't have any experience whatsoever, is going to be directing, but I think that Jon Favreau knows what he's doing, so I trust him a lot. Surfstorm Gaming says, "Did you hear Scott Mendelsohn wants an illegal sequel? Does he really? I know that he says. I know he did an article about it, but I'm not exactly sure which one." He's also great in 42, says Viper Chief. Oh man, he's great in everything. Seriously, like he is great in everything he does. If you're talking about Alan Tudyk. Cass Hermosa says, "Odin, thanks for watching. Jeremy's back." Absolutely, someone had to, because seriously, like at the end of the day, if I wasn't there, he would have been out there by himself. I think he would have been fine overall, but still. Even if it's not just for like defensive things, or for just being in a group, like the dude's done so much. Like the dude has, again, I have a 5-day pass here, for Star Wars Celebration because of him, and it's just one of those things. And yeah, I am nothing but thankful, really. I know that there's a bunch of people out there going to be like, "Oh, have you been crapping on Star Wars?" And oh my gosh, your money went towards Disney, etc. It's like, okay, yeah, you're right, but you know what? At the end of the day, I do work for a channel that covers news, and we were on the ground covering news, and the only way that we could do that is to pay to go in, because they're definitely not going to be offering us media passes, because they know we're going to be honest. They know that we're just going to speak our minds, and they know that a bunch of people want to hear, the different perspectives that we have. Geek in the Sky says, "Glad to see everyone getting together, geeking out, and having a great time." Yeah, it was. All right, those are the Fs from before. 8-Bit says, "People always split up at cons and festivals, end up doing their own things. It's normal." Yeah, it is normal. However, when things are talked about for a certain way for so long, and then it doesn't happen ever, actually, the way that we're that it had been built up, I can understand why it would cause some type of tension. So, all right, so it's about to jump on me again. I just want to make sure that everyone is indeed taken care of. Geese and Gamers is in the chat. Oh, guys, let's give it up for Jeremy. Seriously, Jeremy has been a rock star during this entire thing. Not just for everything he's done for me, but also his coverage has been awesome, and he's going to continue to give you great coverage tomorrow. Again, guys, if you have any interest in The Mandalorian or in Clone Wars, he's got you covered. I think that he said he might actually go to the Alan Tudyk one. If he does and he live streams it, I'm watching that live stream, because man, oh man, I'm excited for it, because Alan Tudyk is awesome. So, Demanj and I still here, awesome. Maverick the Cruel says, "Need to call Odin grandson to help get the high-tech stuff." You see, if I wasn't live right now, I know I could fix it. Like, I know what I need to do, but I don't know how to do it without turning things off, and I don't want to start and stop, because I'm only going to be able to go for another few minutes or so. Proper Jenny, dude, what are you? Proper Jenny, proper Jeremy, who I call proper Ginevra, really, in breaking kayfabe, totally cool dude. So if you're still watching this, proper, seriously, man, you're awesome. Your videos, so we did a couple of car videos together where we stole Jeremy's car, and it was great. So the first one is called The White and the Furious. He's supposed to release the other one, which was supposed to be Too White, Too Furious, and it's going to be fantastic. But, dude, you do not have to do that, man. Thank you for that generous super chat. He says, "Lack of cohesiveness within our community, but not camaraderie. Also check DMs. Just had a bizarre interaction with someone that confirms so much. Can't express how weird it was to witness a person when on Twitter he would have called me a racist." Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out, man. Definitely will have to check that out. Notice me, Odin. Give me a shout out. It says Geeks and Jeremy. Oh man. 8-Bit Snape Boy. What movie are we watching tonight? Trust me, guys. The movie stream will be coming back. Obviously, I got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, but we are definitely going to be watching a movie at some point. Next weekend is going to be different, because next weekend is going to be Easter, and so that's going to be craziness. But hopefully by the end of the month, not next weekend, but the weekend after, maybe we'll figure things out. Gannison says, "What's your take on Bob Iger's said a pause on Star Wars movies?" Yeah, I was telling this to Jeremy, and I think that the pause that he's talking about is because they are going to focus almost completely on the Disney streaming network. And I think they're going to focus on The Mandalorian. They're going to focus on, obviously Clone Wars, but also all of their services, all of the movies and content they're making for the service. And that makes sense, because they're trying to become the next Netflix. They're trying to beat Netflix. They're trying to basically, put Netflix out of business. Now, obviously, Netflix has more than just Disney content and has, a wide variety of content, but Disney has a wide library of content. And for $7 a month, that's insane. Like, seriously, like, think about it. Like, how much it costs them to, to keep up the servers and the promotions and everything. I mean, $7 a month, it's still profit, of course, because they're never going to do it against profit. But to think that they're able to do that, it's going to be very compelling stuff. And I know a lot of people with families who are going to jump at that just for the, the original content, the vast library of classic films before SJWism came in. I know that even myself, like, since I'm probably going to try and cover The Mandalorian and cover Clone Wars, I'm going to, obviously have access to that network too. So, it's one of those hard games though, because you don't want to support them, but then it's so hard. It is so hard. It's so crazy. John Early says, "Did you meet Jeremy Johns?" No, Jeremy Johns isn't up here, and I wasn't for sure. We didn't know if he was going to be up here or not. But he was doing. I saw a video he dropped the other day, and he had the full background and everything. So I'm pretty confident he's not here. Very sad if he is, and if I missed him though, because that would have been awesome. Leader Troll says, "How much is Star Wars Celebration Pass?" How much is Star Wars Celebration Pass? So it all started. There was a preliminary stuff that happened on Wednesday. Started Thursday, big stuff was on Friday and today, and then it's going on tomorrow and Monday. Tomorrow being the last day of the big panels, like with the big things going on. So tomorrow and Monday are technically the last 2 days. Lost Rain, thank you. I saw that. We love you, Odin. I love you, man. Mark Oakwood says Jon Favreau should do business and de-business, and Dave Filoni should be... Okay, gotcha. All right. Should be... Okay. So Mark Oakwood, I believe... I totally agree with you. Jon Favreau should be the creative head. Specifically, he should be Kathleen Kennedy. He should be the main producer, the president of Lucasfilm, and then Dave Filoni should be the head of a story group or something. He should be, no matter what he is, he needs to be the head of it because the guy knows what the hell he's talking about. Nick D says, "A newbie makes mistakes. No one ever stays together. A newbie mistake. No one ever stays together." No, I mean, no. I mean, if this was, for example, if this was a bunch of... I don't have the right to go into it any further. Oh, man. Orange Hat Review says, "Sorry, I'm late. How are you?" I'm doing okay. Why is your room pink? Because I'm in a hotel room, man. And I'm using my laptop. Let's see. Nick D says, "Never been in a big group. All you do is have at least 2 to 4 people each and then put a time and place to meet up. That's it. Never plan together in huge groups." That's the thing it's really not that huge. I mean, when you think about it, like as far as the actual YouTubers themselves, there were like, 7 of us or so? Me, Jeremy, Anna, Jesse, Jeff, and then he had 3 other guys with him, so maybe 8 people total. That's not a giant group. Seriously, that's not a giant group. And EVS of course showed up a little bit later, but overall, I mean, you can definitely make it work. Now, do you have to go everywhere from one place to the other? No, but I mean, I don't know. Definitely not 186 people watching. Holy crap! Did not expect that. Tina says, Kathleen Kennedy said the title doesn't matter. Meanwhile, Ray is doing her Cary Grant North by Northwest imitation. Oh, God, yeah. Kathleen Kennedy's an idiot. She has no idea what she's talking about. Seriously, I wish I would. Dude, Gannison, I was so upset when I got caught in traffic and had to miss the episode 9 panel because I wanted to boo her so bad when she came out on stage. But yeah, she has no idea what she's talking about. She doesn't know Star Wars. Again, she doesn't know Star Wars. She has no idea. She has no concept. And it's so funny. The best images I've been sent today have been the comparison of having Ray jump over the TIE fighter with Henry Winkler from Happy Days as the Fonz jumping the shark, because that was a total jump the shark moment. # jump the TIE fighter. It was so cringeworthy and so bad. Gannison says, I'll wait for you to review episode 9 because I don't want to get disappointed again. Hey man, I feel that. Totally. Absolutely feel that. Alright, let's see. Sorry guys, I'm very far behind and I'm not used to this setup at all. I'm very out of my comfort zone. Fiverr says, Odin spent money with Jeremy on Twilight Girls. No, not at all. Not at all, man. ASMR Odin. Hell no. No chance. Luke Skywalker for 45 Baby says, Alan and Nathan Fillion need to work together again. Yes, they do. Skywalker, so correct. They absolutely need to work together again. They did actually. They did an entire series. It's called Con Men, I think is what it's called. It's not like, oh, they're going to be conning somebody. It's literally about, people that go to cons. And what's great about it is that they essentially play themselves but fictionalized. So they were both on a sci-fi series. One of them got really famous and got to do other shows. The other one, not so much. And it's actually really funny. It's great. I wasn't able to watch the entire series, but I do recommend it. Look up. It's a Con Man or something to that effect. It has both of them. Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk both work together in it, though. Let's see what we got here. Viper says, watching Raiders of the Lost Ark. Nice. Raiders is a great film. It's such a great film. Luke Skywalker 45 says Netflix will put itself out of business with lackluster original content and B-list movies running up high debt. Yes, no question about it. Slice of Neon says, is anyone mentioning Resistance? I was wondering if Dave Filoni was more explicit about how much he was involved, since it's such a drop in quality from CW. I'm glad that you asked that question, Slicer Neons. Here's the thought. There has been some talk, because I think there was a panel dedicated to it, but it was not one of the main panels. I think it was about Resistance Season 2. So I think there is going to be a Resistance Season 2. Here's the thing about Resistance, though. There was a great moment today during the interview with Dave Filoni. So if you've not gotten a chance, not the giant panel with Rebels, but in the one-on-one interviews that they had with Dave Filoni on like the main floor of Celebration, it's over on the Welcome to Asgard channel. And it's about 8 minutes long. He goes into a variety of things, and at one point he makes mention of Resistance. The best part about it is this. One, he basically indicates that he was not as heavily involved, because he says, and again, I could be wrong on this, but I'm going to watch it back, but I think I remember him saying that, oh yeah, the guys that do Resistance, the people who work on Resistance. And it seems to me to mean that he might be the one that oversees it all, but he is not a creative force behind it, not like with Clone Wars or with Rebels. Because I think like Clone Wars, it was his baby. Like that was like fully his show. And then with he was working literally right under George Lucas, learning everything about it. And then with Rebels, Disney took over, and so he still had creative control, which is why it was still pretty good for the most part. But then also Disney obviously had a hand in it as well. I think Resistance, he was kind of put as like a figurehead in charge, but I think overall it was run by different people. And so he seemed to have made that comment though, which was, I think, hilarious, because it kind of shows, Resistance is obviously not his baby. He's not going to claim it's his baby, and it makes a lot of sense as to why the quality has dropped so much, therefore. But also, when he was talking about these things, Rebels got huge claps, Clone Wars got huge claps, Ahsoka, like all the the main points of his career got huge points. And then when he mentioned Resistance, it got like a couple of golf. It was so funny. Like, watch it back, guys. Listen for the claps when he mentions Resistance, because it is anemic, because that show is obviously not doing well. It's obviously not doing well at all. Oh, man. All right, let's see what we got. Luke Skywalker 45 says, again, you could tell Crapleen looks so uncomfortable on this stage. Yeah, unfortunately, again, I wasn't able to watch it. I need to watch it back, like the whole panel, just to see what was said and how it was said, because that was her first public appearance since her honorary Oscar. So, of course, she's not going to be comfortable. Again, as it says, I boo Kathleen Kennedy for you from Malaysia. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Tech Guy says, how were the slave girl? Oh, God, no. There were a lot of slave Leias, which was interesting. The one thing to me was that, obviously, there were a lot more OG characters or Clone Wars characters than there were anything else. Like, those are the ones that totally owned and dominated the entire discussion. Rebels, too. Obviously, there were a few Reys. There were a couple of Rose Ticos, which was hilarious, because it was usually, it was a lot of older women, interestingly enough. There was actually 2 Holdos the entire time I was there as well. In fact, there was one point, and this was so funny. At one point, there was a Tico Holdo duo cosplay, and I just couldn't help but laugh, because they were both middle-aged women, and I was just like, yep, this makes sense. This actually makes sense to me as to why this is happening. But what was interesting to me, the one that kind of caught me off guard, was there were so many Padmes. I did not expect Padme to be so well represented, but literally everywhere I looked, there were Padmes in and it's like the regal gowns. I was like, because at first I was like, wait, who are they trying to act like? And I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's right. All the damn costumes that freaking Natalie Portman had to wear as Padme, all coming back. It was so interesting to see that. It really was. It was so insane. Orange Hat Review says, I saw a pic on Facebook. I will try and find it. But they showed the ship from episode 7 that Rey's parents were on her vision, and the same ship in episode 9 trailer. Thoughts on this? Oh, interesting. I'm not sure. Yeah, again, I have not sat down and watched the trailer, fully immersed. I saw it on a big screen and didn't hear anything, and I saw it, on a phone, again, in a giant hall. So, Tina says, jump the TIE fighter, doing her Matrix imitation with Keanu originated 20 years ago. I know, seriously. Like, and they have not explained. They have not explained how she got these powers or these abilities. It's so stupid. Serve Term Gaming says, did you hear Scott Mendelson said he wants the lead to have a sequel? Okay, I've already responded to that. That I do know I've already responded to. So don't repeat things that I've already responded to. If you're going to go away and not listen, hey man, like, that's fine. Go ahead and do whatever you're going to do. But don't leave a question, leave, and then come back and ask the same question, because I'm not going to respond again to it, because there's already way too many things that I'm like falling behind on. All right, let's see. Jeremy is on Anna's stream now, so he's not too mad. Again, it's not my place to speak. John Early says, I'm getting a Nintendo Switch so I can take a Nintendo tablet with Hulu and Disney Plus on with the go with me. John Early, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I was supposed to get one, so one of my subscribers who has not been around in a long time, so hopefully everything's okay with him, he said he was going to send me a Switch because he just had one that his daughter didn't want, apparently, and he said he sent it, but it never showed up. So either it got stolen, which is very likely, seeing that I live in one of the worst cities in the world, in New Orleans, but also, I don't know. Again, it's a weird thing. So, and them having announced, though, that there's going to be new Switch models this year has me excited. At some point, this year, if they have the two different models, I'll probably get one then. But yeah, dude, that's awesome. Apis Snapeboy says, you're right, Kathleen Kennedy needs to concentrate on the money and let other people actually create the characters and story arcs rather than the ciphers and shallow outlines filled with agendas. Apis Snapeboy, you're exactly right. Because, again, I'm not denying the fact that she probably is good with money as a producer, but she's not a creative producer. Like, there are different types. There are some producers that can create, that can build a vision. Kevin Feige, great example of that. Kathleen Kennedy can't. And so I think that we can call her out on the things that we know that she's bad at, while at the same time recognizing that there might be some good things that she's at. Some things that she might be good at. Tina says, you have a lot more guts than I do. No way I could ever watch that woman in a video. I hear you, man. I hear you, Tina. I hear you. Sasha Neon says, I hope at least most of the slave Leias were women. The best costume, and if you watch Jeremy at all on his Twitter, you would have seen it. The best costume by far was there was a slave George Lucas, and he was being dragged around by a Sith Mickey, and it was just, oh my god, it was so perfect. And of course everyone's turning heads because it's this really skinny guy in a slave, like a full slave Leia outfit, but he's also got a giant white beard and hair on, and it's just so freaking perfect. I loved it. Proper Jeremy, thank you, man. Again, dude, stop super chatting, man. He says, my Twitter post with the male slave Leia is the best. Oh my god, yes. So yeah, boom, right there. Ginevra is talking about that right now. All right, I think I'm going to start to wrap things up pretty quickly, guys. So sorry again for the shorter stream, but I do need to start getting to bed because just wanted to catch up with you guys because I normally do streams on Saturdays and I had the ability to do so. And I just feel so weird because I'm alone in this hotel room and I don't know if anyone can hear me and I don't know what's going on. Oh my god, I'm still so all over the place. Alita Troll says, Alita is back on social media, even Facebook. Yeah, I heard about that. Taylor Potter says, I can't believe the new Tomb Raider is getting a sequel. Wait, what? Oh my god, that is surprising. I did not see that coming. If that's getting a sequel, Alita has to get a sequel. Seriously, has to get a sequel. No question about it. Serve Term says, in the trailer it says the saga comes to an end. Does that mean the end of the Star Wars story? Skywalker saga. They've said from the very beginning that episode 9 is going to be the end of the Skywalker saga. So that's what's ending. So, God, I hope they don't try and continue the story with those characters, but who knows at this point. Mood of Madness, thank you. Again, guys, is your hotel haunted? It could be. There's always a chance. There's always a chance. Yeah, I mean, it's only 9:32, but again, I am getting up around 6, and I have not gotten a full night of sleep yet because last night we were out way too late for me, and so I definitely want to get a full night of sleep so that way I don't sleep through my alarm or anything like that because that wouldn't be good if I did. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for putting up with me. Thanks for putting up with the nonsense with the cameras and all the flashy stuff and the bots not working and everything. Again, seriously, drop the like button, please. I'll have to listen back to this to see if the audio is any good or if I can do anything to it in post. If I'll post it onto the podcast page, but if not, I will definitely be trying to do a stream tomorrow at some point because I get in early and I'm going to be alone at the house for a bit because my wife and her family are going out. So I'm going to try and do maybe some live streaming then. Definitely, again, as I said before, got a lot of content. Did a lot of coverage yesterday and today with my camera, with my vlog camera. Was able to post some of that up on YouTube and some of that up on Twitter today. Gonna try and compile that all together. You know, one's gonna be a 4K section, 4K coverage, and the other one's gonna be just a regular 1080p coverage. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun, man. But everyone for being here, thanks for ignoring us. Mark Allen Snow, I'm not ignoring you, guys. As I said before, with this new setup, the only ones that are lighting up for me are the @Odin's Movie Blog. I've been trying to catch the Odins. I've been trying to catch everything like that, but this is not my normal setup. I'm just surprised that my computer is holding up during this entire stream. I'm not trying to, you know, throw anything out for anyone. Okay, glad to hear that. Really glad to hear that. But yes, guys, thank you guys so much. Seriously, thank you so much for stopping by. Please continue to support the channel, just with your likes, with your time. It's one of the most precious things that we have. And once again, a huge shout out to Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers for getting all this all together and for supporting me and being there for me during everything that's been going on. So, and as I can see just from here, there is no end screen. So once the stream ends, it's just going to end. And glad I'm not gonna have to worry about dealing with this tomorrow. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Have a wonderful day, and as always, God bless.